The more serious bit of campaigning tactics I want to expose tonight relates to misinformation from the No camp. I exposed this last night, but it hasn't stopped others amplifying this misinformation. Let me show you how it started. One Nation's Pauline Hanson put out this tweet yesterday afternoon, labelling Noel Pearson's pitch to multicultural Australians as divisive. Imagine that, Hanson accusing Pearson of being divisive on multiculturalism. And she based it on this clip that she attached to the tweet.
I say to multicultural communities in the campaign that I'm involved in around the country, I say to them, listen, where do you fit into Australia? It's a bit unclear. Are you with the mob from the UK? Are you kind of honorary settlers? Because some of you are the wrong colour, or you don't come from Northern Europe, you come from Africa, you come from Asia, you come from South America, you come from all over the joint, you come from China. I say to them, where do you fit in Australia?
Sounds a bit like that might back up Hanson's claim, doesn't it? I mean, we hear Pearson saying those words, but why did it stop where it did? What was Pearson actually saying? What was his actual point? Well, all you have to do is play the full clip.
I say to multicultural communities in the campaign that I'm involved in around the country, I say to them, listen, where do you fit into Australia? It's a bit unclear. Are you with the mob from the UK? Are you kind of honorary settlers? Because some of you are the wrong colour, or you don't come from Northern Europe, you come from Africa, you come from Asia, you come from South America, you come from all over the joint, you come from China. I say to them, where do you fit in Australia? Because we can move to an Australia where the Indigenous, the British descendants and the multicultural mob become one. And we all know we're Australians. There's no priority among us. We're all equally Australians. And the settler native thing kind of retreats into history. It'll be a great day when we do that. A great day for multicultural communities too, because they'll know unequivocally that they are Australians as much as the rest of us, as much as the white fellas from the United Kingdom, and as much as the black fellas from Australia. The multicultural communities are Australians.
Yeah, there you have it, hey, the exact opposite of division. Pearson's message was exactly the opposite to what Hanson pretended it was with her mischievously edited clip. But these things have ramifications. They take off if nobody bothers to check or correct them. I showed you last night what Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price said about it. I gave her the benefit of the doubt that she might not have seen all of what Pearson said and was only bouncing off that misleading Hanson clip.
It is the division that he is proposing, that this yes proposition is going to bring to this country, dividing us along the lines of race. I think he made some pretty derogatory comments around migrants that support the No case, which is really wrong of him, because the idea is that the migrants I've been speaking to feel left out of the equation a lot, and they are just as important to this country as anybody else, as those of us who belong to the First Peoples, those of us who also have convict ancestry. The migrants make up the community, and it doesn't matter if you've been in Australia for 60,000 years or 6 months. You're still Australian as far as I'm concerned.
Criticising Pearson there about divisive sentiments that he never uttered. This is what I mean about confected outrage and confected division in this country. And of course, those comments from Senator Nampijinpa-Price got plenty of coverage, spreading this erroneous attack. And still, this morning, radio stations were playing the clip Hanson put out. Not the longer clip, not looking for their own clip, just repeating hers, not giving the full answer, not playing the end of the answer where Pearson makes his key point perfectly clear. They played the misleading angle and they go on and discuss it.
How could he think that would be helpful? It appears to me that it's counterproductive. He's running dead on his own campaign.
All right, I just think it's it's a confused campaign that the Yes activists are running at the moment. I mean, it started with the people like Alan Joyce and others dictating to Australians as to how they should vote, and now you've got leading people in the Yes campaign like Noel Pearson talking about our country being segregated and different people being worth different amounts depending on when they came here.
You see how crook this is and how little the media checks and how people are happy to twist words to suit their narrative? A perfectly wonderful expression of national unity by Noel Pearson about how we all share the privilege of being Australian equally is portrayed as the polar opposite. And how many people, how many voters believe it? This is what I mean about scare campaigns. This is what I mean about deliberately fueling division. And frankly, I don't care how much abuse people send me for pointing this out. I will not be complicit in it or be silent about it. You deserve to know the reality, whatever you make of it.